Hey guys, this is Tyler Wood from Coldwell Banker up here at Big Bear Lake, and just wanted to talk real quick today about short sales, bank-owned properties, foreclosures, REOs, all that stuff you hear about in the news every day. So I had a question come in over the weekend about what's the difference between a foreclosure and a bank-owned. So it kind of got me thinking about talking about this. So short sale, which you hear about a lot, short sale, basically what that means is when an owner is trying to sell their property, but what they owe on it, and what all the taxes, everything, liens, notes, mortgages, all that, what they owe on it is more than what it's worth. So if they owe $450 but they're trying to sell it for $400, or that's all it's worth, then there's a $50,000 difference. And normally that person doesn't want to pay it, so they ask the bank to take that hit. So when you're talking about a short sale, that's what we're talking about, and that could be anywhere from a couple $1,000s short, or hundreds of thousands of dollars. It just depends on the property. So that's the key to find out. But the short sales, if they don't sell, typically what they lead to is the foreclosure, and sometimes they're already in foreclosure. And the foreclosure just means that the person who is owed the money, the bank, whoever has the note, is trying to get that money back, and they're foreclosing on the property. And they have to file in California what's called a notice of default. And the notice of default is a public document that is filed, and it puts everybody on notice that the bank is moving forward with that. Typically between the time of the notice of default and the date of sale, the quickest it can be is about 124 days in California. It can be longer than that. It doesn't have to be that period. It could be longer than that depending upon the bank and how quick they want to move. So when somebody says a property's in foreclosure, that's what they mean. It's in that process. When somebody says the property's been foreclosed upon, same thing. Doesn't necessarily mean the bank owns it yet. After the sale date is when, if nobody shows up at the sale date to buy the property, or the borrower doesn't cure the default, then the property will go back to the bank, and that's what they mean by bank owned, or REO, real estate owned. Somebody says a property's been foreclosed upon, doesn't necessarily mean the bank owns it yet. It's in the process. So those are the differences. Short sale, foreclosure, and bank owned, or REO. They're all tied together, and they typically work in that fashion. If somebody's trying to sell their house, short sale, it doesn't sell, the house is foreclosed on, goes through that process, nobody buys it at the trustee sale or at the bank sale there, then the bank gets the property back, and a lot of times 30 to 60 days after that, it'll be on the market with the bank. So that's how the process works, at least in my area in California, Big Bear. If you have any questions about that, or you want to talk about real estate in general, feel free to get a hold of me at the office, 909-866-3481, or give me an email at whowood@gmail.com. That's whowood@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and have a good day.